Round number 1 between SLAKE and Team Phoenix. SLAKE looking to get their 6th victory on the season, and Team Phoenix hoping that they won't fall further down towards a record of 500. They want to jump up to 5-2 instead of falling to 4-3. Here we go, Bunny Hug tapping away. Last time Bunny Hug played, top fragged on the server. Grim RP and Bunny Hug chiming in together for 4 frags. In fact, Mio got in the mix there. Zays 1R gets 3. Oh my goodness, Zays. 1v2 all delivered at his hands, or by his hands. But it won't continue afterwards. Nick's gonna get that headshot. Moving on to round number 2. Three Deagles, a P250, and a Glock on the side of Team Phoenix. Alrighty, and just a bit of a standstill here between both squads. Team Phoenix want to take a slow approach here before likely exploding out into the A site. You have Grim to deal with, and Grim does get one before he falls to Swazer's Deagle, and Swazer, who is one of the big guns here on Team Phoenix, delivering another one. Unfortunately, that one is to the dome of his teammate Lynch. Not what he was hoping for, but of course completely unintentional. Lynch just happened to walk in front of his crosshair as he was going for a quick shot. 2-0 for SLAKE. As mentioned, unfortunately, Shazzy cannot play because of a health issue, and that will lead to a bit of a disadvantage. I want to say a lot of a disadvantage for Team Phoenix. Let's see how they fare up against the SLAKE roster that's looked absolutely phenomenal so far this season. Looking to finish with a much better record than they did last season. Lynch gets a couple. Bunny Hug finds the response, and that's the second on the round. Swazer will make it a 2v1 in favor of Team Phoenix. Zays 1R knows that Bunny Hug is here. Molotov's going to make Bunny Hug's life so difficult. Bunny Hug still pops out and manages to make a fight of it. Gets Zays down to 11 HP with a dink, but it's not enough. And it will be the first round on the board for Team Phoenix. And I have to say, of all the nicknames I've ever seen throughout my casting career, Bunny Hug has to sound like, it has to be one of the coziest names I've ever heard. It's just nice to say and nice to read. It's just, imagine a Bunny Hug. It's been fantastic. It's fluffy, amazing. Bunnies are cute. You can't go wrong. Fourth round, and SLAKE don't have enough to invest here. There'll be a couple of Deagles and 3 USPs. Very critical round victory that Phoenix found in that previous one. Surprised to see SLAKE not opt potentially to go for the first buy. But they want to play conservatively. You have to respect that. Lynch gets taken down. Now, he had the bomb on his back, so it's going to have to be recovered here. Luckily for Phoenix, the Deagle player did back off. That was Miho. Mselik staring into market. You have Nyx and Miho here, but not sure how much they can do. Technically, probably a 4v4, but it feels like SLAKE are playing for exits more than anything else, and SLAKE's just going to rip Miho's head right off his shoulders. Nyx, oh, overlooked. Overlooked? Nope. SLAKE says, no, I don't think so. I will clear this corner that my teammate forgot to. Now Grim, maybe? No. The USP is just not having any luck in this round, and Bunny Hug will survive, saving that piece of utility. Hey, every little bit counts, as the smoke will be carried forward into the next round. Now, the buy-up will come through for SLAKE. This is what they were saving for. Fifth round of play. Zays so far filling the void that's been left by Shazzy with some pretty nice play. It will be tested again here. A set piece coming through. Smokes are good. Molotov is as well. Util on point here. Grim going to get a 2K though. OzJ manages to respond with one, but that's still a 4v3 in favor of SLAKE. Could yield a bomb plant. Oz eats a nade to secure that plant. And now, looking at the util, a couple of smokes and a flashbang available for SLAKE. Only 2 flashes for Team Phoenix, so they can't delay SLAKE with a Molotov or a smoke. They're just going to have to win these duels and use their flashes effectively. There's one. Nicely tossed. It leads to a frag from Oz, who managed to get back into cover, down to 11 HP, and then Zays finds Miho! Papsio on a flank, and Bunny Hug and Papsio do manage to bring it down to only Oz. They know exactly where he is, so they're just going to tuck in, or at least Bunny Hug was going to tuck in and wait for Papsio to help him out. And that will be the defusal coming through as well in plenty of time thanks to that kit. 3-2 in favor of SLAKE. It got really close there, but they do manage to secure it. I wouldn't mind getting killed by Bunny Hug given the name. You know what? Same. I think that would make me get a lot less tilted. Be like, you know what? Good name. I feel okay about that. And this is definitely live. A live rerun. Twitch chat. Never change. Never change. Grim RP. And nice flashbang to set him up for some damage. He does do a lot of it. A frag and then brings Oz down to 35. Bunny Hug. Waiting on. There's the smoke. And Bunny Hug delivers another one onto Zays. 4v3. A lot of damage taken by Bunny Hug. Now Papsio's there to support. OzJ loses the fight to Bunny Hug as well, who's popping off here. 8 frags on the board, and now sets up a 4v2 retake. Swayzer good for 2 on the spray down. Both CT players gone. Swayzer surviving with 14 HP, but finally Bunny Hug says, I'll do this myself. 3K for Bunny Hug. SLAKE spraying down in the smoke, but the bomb is being defused. I don't think he's aware of it. Absolutely no idea that it's been tapped. And there's Papsio sticking the defuse as Bunny Hug distracts enough for Papsio to secure the round for SLAKE, and even the last frag goes SLAKE's way at the end. 4-2 in their favor, and Team Phoenix now looking at their money. I mean, not sure about the 4 spot here. Not sure about that one. I don't know if it's coming through, if it's just a Hero AK and a quote-unquote Hero Tech 9, or just a Tech 9 upgrade, I suppose. Loss bonus at 2400. Yeah, okay. Not too much. I think this works out pretty well for Team Phoenix, still keeping their economy relatively healthy and also allowing them a better chance at victory with that Hero AK. Oh, what a shot from Swayzer. Gets traded out immediately, but that is a wicked one. with the AK to find the opener. The thing is, Team Phoenix don't have the chance to recover that rifle as they're just going to take the space into B. I don't necessarily mind it because that bomb plant is more important than try to scramble and get the rifle back. It's going to help your economy immensely in a round that did only feature light investments aside from that rifle. Now they're going to hunker down and still a chance at victory. The longer the bomb ticks down, the more threatening these pistols become, and SLAKE's going to find the Deagle headshot onto Nyx. Miho moving in, doesn't realize there's two players here. There's one. Clears the second. No! Lynch! Tech 9 headshot onto Miho. Bomb still taken away. Grim's going to have to work fast here. Gets one, but only one. SLAKE takes him down. Bomb is not going to get defused by Papsio either, who desperately tries to throw the smoke down. The pistols are absolutely enough for Team Phoenix to find themselves a third. Match going to be paused here. I believe a timeout called by SLAKE. And, I mean, if it's not a timeout for them, it's a technical one. I would imagine after a round goes that way, given that you had a significant edge, you want to settle things down and keep your heads cool. All right, it is a technical pause. We don't have information on why. I've just had confirmation there. So we're waiting to get back underway here. Just reading chat. All right, just so there's no confusion, guys, I'm JRT. I'm casting. Just in case you're wondering, I think what iTech and Gaming is talking about is he actually does some casts for Team Phoenix on his own channel. But yeah, that's what's going on there. This tech pause was actually called by SLAKE, so something may have gone wrong in that round. That's my guess. Maybe that's part of the reason why they lost it. But even then, even if something does go wrong technically with someone's computer, it's still only pistols that are left up against mostly rifles. So, yeah. Force buy going to be called here by SLAKE. Going to try getting right back into it, but it's not going to be easy up against 4 AKs and an A1S. 2 MP9s, a 5.7, a Deagle, and a USP. 4 players have armor, so if some AKs get dropped or they manage to get a frag, at least they'll be set up to try and do more damage. Grim RP pulls up the 5.7 and deals with Swayzer. There we go. Already a gun on the ground. I think Grim's going to be pretty careful about trying to chase that, though. Eventually does get it. Grabs the AK. Will bring it back to the site. Papsio in a good spot to punish, but can't finish the job on Lynch, who survives with 1 HP. That said, Nyx is waiting on boost here. They're probably going to overlook it. They do. Nyx gets one and the second. Can't find a third onto Oz, but now it's a 3v2 and a 2v2 with Oz collecting Miho. Just didn't realize Oz was that close to the corner. Thought he might have been trying to get a plant set up instead. Bomb is down. It's out of the visibility of, I believe, the player there, but Oz just going to spray down both Grim RP and Bunny Hug as they try to come around that corner. So the force buy does not yield enough for SLAKE. It did get 3 frags, but it's closed out by Oz in the end. 4-4, tied up. Guys, if you're looking to start your journey in ESEA, well, you can do that for next season. Season 54 signups have already started. If you're either looking to continue your career, you took a break and you want to get back into it, you can do that, or you can start an entirely new team and try to end up in ECL. You can do all of that over at faceit.com. All right, back to the action. SLAKE is going to find the opener. 5v4. SLAKE on a full-on eco this time, so odds are very much against them to pull this off. Molotov sails through. Yeah, SLAKE still have 1 player left in this B site. That is Nyx. Nade sails in. Oz J. Oh, nice shot from Nyx onto SLAKE, but that'll be the only thing that he gets out of the round. Grim RP, the last one standing, and Grim is very far away from the action. And there he goes. Swayzer will take care of the last. He is up to double digits and the only player to hit double-digit frag territory, 10 and 6. Bearing the weight of his team on his shoulders. That said, he's got good support coming through from SLAKE and Oz as well. Sitting at 8 frags apiece. Everyone's the caster in chat. We're all casters now. Half seal. Going to spray down Zays. And knock it a second. Lots of damage done to SLAKE at the very least. Now Team Phoenix are going to try and bulldoze their way in towards this B site. Bunny Hug taking damage down to 23. Miho looking for targets, desperately fading around, or moving the crosshair around. The nade lands right in his head. Does manage to get the shot off, and Bunny Hug will find Swayzer. 3v2, now a 3v1. Bunny Hug has been so very good throughout the majority of this BO1, and has been a big reason why there are 5 rounds on the board for SLAKE. Miho finds the last 2K with the AWP. We are all knotted up. 11th round of play coming through, and neither team can seem to gain the edge over the other. Looks like the absence of Shazzy is so far being dealt with quite handily here by Team Phoenix. Miho immediately pops the smoke because he expects a peek to come through, but it doesn't happen. So still a good idea to maintain visibility and gain information should it need to be had. Team Phoenix are taking their time with their approach this time around. Another smoke thrown from mid-window as this next one, or the first one's going to fade in just a moment. That keeps the pressure on up against SLAKE. SLAKE with the deagle, a little short-handed here in terms of money. Still trying to make it work. Miho will be under pressure here. The Molotov causes him to miss his shot, actually. A little bit of damage moved his crosshair, I believe. Oh, nice shot from Bunny Hug. Another opener for Bunny Hug. Then Grim chimes in onto Zay. Swayzer sprayed down to 41. RP jumping up and down, looking for information, but all the frags going the way of SLAKE in this round, and even through the smoke, Bunny Hug connects. Swayzer falls surely. Bunny Hug another multi-kill round. 3K this time, 14 and 7, and jumps to the top of the scoreboard with that performance in that round. 6-5 in favor of SLAKE. Round number 12, the last of this half. Phoenix, looking at the money, it's not going to be a pretty buy-up. But they're going to do whatever they can with those Tech 9s and likely a Mac 10, I would assume, in the mix here. No, it's just going to be 4 Tech 9s. Surprised they don't even go for an SMG, but I suppose having that AK in Swayzer's hands is potent enough, given the economy they had coming into this one. Miho, AWP, holding from van towards the apartments. Could even line him up and get a call out. He does get dinged himself, so he has to back off here, but he's got the support of Nyx. Nyx does get one before he falls. Another connection there from the AWP, but that time it's not for a frag. Miho under so much pressure, eventually going to fall here, you would imagine. Bunny Hug trying to keep him alive, and it's good enough to get Miho another frag, but we're down to a 1v1. Lynch with a Tech 9 up close and personal up against Grim RP. Grim has to be strong, and he is! He will find it up against Lynch and secure a lead for SLAKE going into the second half. Oh, that one came down to the wire. Very, very close. But Grim prevails. Didn't see that many set pieces, I would say, from Phoenix coming through in that half. It was more so just a lot of trying to overload a site or trying to gain advantages off of picks and dry fights. We'll see what SLAKE has in store now. The A executes were good, though, from what I saw. Here comes the flashbang. Speaking of A executes, good smokes from SLAKE. They move in. Ooh, Lynch only gets one before he's traded out. Swazer has to be big here, and he already found one onto Bunny Hug, but that's all he will get. Trades are good and advantageous for the T side. That said, Zays is good for two, almost a third. ESEA will finish that job, and there is the pistol round going the way of Team Phoenix. 14th round of play. SLAKE didn't get the bomb plant, but they're still going to force up. And you might question saying, why are they doing that? I don't think that's a good idea. I already saw it earlier today lead to a round victory. So, yeah. Even without a bomb plant in that pistol round, you can still get a pretty decent buy-up. And you see a couple of MAC-10s, 3 Tech-9s. Certainly serviceable. Not to mention all the util that they'll bring. Bunny Hug sees that smoke and then decides to toss a Molotov in turn. Try to push through the smoke. Bunny Hug realize it? Yes, he does! Lynch spammed down by Bunny Hug, who realized there was a player in the smoke blocking him from getting through. Zays only gets one, so it's a man advantage in favor of SLAKE. Miho plants the bomb, pulls up the Tech-9. As I mentioned, and perhaps will be proven right again, that force buy in the second round, whether you get the bomb plant or not, can lead to victory. ESEA, pretty good, but not good enough. Bunny Hug will take care of him. 1v1 Swazer versus Bunny Hug, and I think time's going to run out. Bunny Hug just has to hide. Yeah, no reason to take the fight at all. Hiding beyond the smoke. Time is already out. Or up, excuse me, in terms of defusing that bomb, and Bunny Hug ensures that Swazer will not have any chance at all, even if he got back to that bomb site. 4K for Bunny Hug in the round, and the M4 saved over that'll immediately drop for his teammate. 19-9 for Bunny Hug. Again, as mentioned, last time Bunny Hug played 21-9, and already, only at the beginning of this second half, is 2 frags away from hitting that mark. 124 ADR as well, which is above the 106.2 ADR Bunny Hug had last time in that 13-7 win against uncreative LFO. ESEA pushed aggressively in towards the T apartments. And Phoenix just want to get aggressive in general, which isn't necessarily a bad idea with these pistols out. Thing is, Bunny Hug's waiting for exactly this to come through, so it should be an easy frag for him. Oh, the spray is a little wide, but he manages to corral it and then gets the follow-up as well. Well done for Bunny Hug. Good patience. Eventually pays off. Nyx, same story there. I mean, just a great decision overall from SLAKE to play defaults, and then Nyx just pops around the corner and hits the shot through the wall onto ESEA. Just a good read, good expectations from the side of SLAKE, knowing that the pistols often can be aggressive, so they just wait and ensure that they keep the distance between them to not give those pistols an advantage or an unnecessary advantage. A nice shot from Zays. The range doesn't matter when you got that deagle, but Papsio quickly silences him. Oz, in a 1v4, he's got the kit, the armor, the util. This is worth saving. I don't think Oz is going anywhere near the bomb set. If he just had the USP, maybe. Just go hunt, because it doesn't matter. He didn't invest anything in the round, but that's a decent chunk of change. All right. SLAKE extending their lead to 3 now. Reminder that we do have another match coming up after this. It's going to be Comet Clan up against My Sod. Open 10 action. Both teams sitting at 6-1. And each of them having some fairly strong performers. as well that helped them get to that point. We'll break that down later, though. Let's get back to this one. Round number 16. SLAKE. All 5 players with a very B-side lean. And on the other side, Team Phoenix is on A. So if SLAKE continue their path down towards that B site, they should get a free plant and a free round. .108 on the clock. SLAKE not taking any chances. Using their util very methodically. Double Molotov thrown into the window. Likely intentional, because if there's a player in the corner, they'll burn down so fast they likely won't even have a chance to get out. So, yeah. Yeah, no chance is taken at all here from SLAKE. They want to make sure that everything is cleared out. All the corners, angles that they possibly can check or throw utility into have been taken care of. And this will be a 10th round for SLAKE. Team Phoenix, I mean, you have 4 players who didn't buy anything, just Oz, who carried over that utility and the armor and kit from that previous round. Thing is, it's still valuable to stay alive, right? Because if you go down to those AKs, you're giving $300 a piece for every frag, so better to just stay alive and not really involve yourself any further into the round. Why bolster your opponent's economy for free? Forcing is only bad if you lose the round. Nah, I don't think so. I don't agree with that. I think that forcing can still be the right call, even if you lose the round. All right, 10-6. 3 rounds away are SLAKE from taking this one and boosting their record to 6-1. Grim RP, not the player that's being relied upon for SLAKE this time around, although he has been many times in the past. This time, it's Bunny Hug. Going to get tossed into underpass. Zay's down to 18, but Swazer delivers the opening frag here for Team Phoenix, finally awakening after a few rounds where he was silenced. Swazer. Jiggle peeking around the corner. And now realizes that connector could be exposed. Oh my goodness, didn't think that 3 players would be there. I think he only saw 1, but he was probably dead either way. Grim RP finds the follow-up. The A side has been cracked open. Zays with 18 HP. Oh my goodness, he gets flashed twice and then a 3rd time. Can't see a single thing, and by the time he can, well, it might just be a bullet to the face. SLAKE decide to fall off of that potential engagement, so Zays gets a little more time to see daylight. SLAKE moves in. 3 players stacked up towards CT and 1 coming up late at ramp. That late ramp arrival could be the difference maker for SLAKE, and while they eventually charge through and take down Zays. SLAKE does manage to get 1, but he's immediately traded 2, and Oz, although he gets 1, Mihil takes care of business. They don't even need the A flank. Or the T ramp flank, I should say. Unnecessary. SLAKE deal with it with the 3 players they had available to them towards CT spawn. 11-6 in their favor. Team Phoenix, money's not great. They're in a tough spot, but they're down 11-6 and they need the rounds. So here is where a force buy may make sense, or at least a half buy and a decent investment, because you have the $3,400 loss bonus to fall back on. And yeah, it's exactly what they opt for, is the half buy with 2 Deagles, 2 MP9s of FAMAS. Gives you a better chance of winning in this round and does not completely handicap you in the next. Although Swazer did have to invest down to 300 and Lynch below 1K. Perhaps a little more of a risk there, but still. They're hoping that the slight overinvestment can help them come out on top. Oh, what a shot from Oz. Could even get another one here. He's got the lineup potentially, but his teammate Swazer takes care of business. Grim and Pafsio get some critical frags there, but Swazer is still dipping and dodging around the site, getting himself a couple of frags. Zays finds Pafsio. Grim, the last one standing. The half-by could not have been better here for Team Phoenix, but they still need that last frag on Grim. Grim trying to isolate the 1v1s here. Can't do it. Swazer's gone, but Zays with the instant trade, and he was going to get flanked out anyway, was Grim. Well played by Team Phoenix in a round where they had the handicap in terms of firepower. That said, still plenty of money available for SLAKE. They're going to reinvest here. And of course, their lead is still very nice at 4 rounds. Even after their investment, money is healthy enough that in the next round with the $1,900 loss bonus, I think that they'll still be able to force up if they want to, but probably won't would be my guess, because there's no reason to press the panic button. Even if Phoenix should win in this one. Zay, really aggressive posturing here, misses the shot that even could have been a Colat if he lined it up. Oh my goodness. Flashbang thrown. Selik will take care of Pafsio, who tried to move up Cat. A bit of a Lone Ranger move there. Usually you want to have someone ready for the trade, but now Pafsio goes down for free. Oh, Swazer peeks into Khan. I thought he had one for free, speaking of which, but no, he doesn't. Zays gets the trade, so still the man advantage has been restored here by Team Phoenix. Lynch over in T-Spawn, had the advantage in every way, and couldn't get the frag on Nyx. Damage is being done towards SLAKE in the 3v3, and it looks like Oz and Zays will get things under control, regardless of a little bit of messy engagements on both sides of the map. Nyx, last one standing here, 28 HP. 1v3 clutch required. Sneaks down out of Palace, down the ladder, staring down into jungle. Zay's waiting with the AWP, holding this line, but Nyx spots him up before he has a chance to fire, then gets the follow-up from Selik. The 1v3 all of a sudden melts down into a 1v1. Oz only has 14 HP, but Nyx at 2. The first one to connect with a bullet wins the round. Either one going the wrong way. Oz doesn't get the edge. It's Nyx who clutches the 1v3. A 4K on the round. What a play for him. 12-7 is the scoreline here. And now it's series point for SLAKE. That is unbelievable. The way he got those 2 frags towards connector, not easy. Especially considering that Phoenix didn't exactly play it badly. They went for the trade. It's just that there's some sharp shooting coming through from Nyx. What a time for him to make a mark on the map. And then he completely dominates Swazer in the opening moments of the round. Zays. Off frag onto Mijos. There's a response. Oh, but Bunny Hug's in a perfect spot to punish. There's the nade. That'll finish the job. No question. Zays can't get away. 4v3. Well done from Bunny Hug, not to mention the teammate popping that smoke so that Bunny Hug would have visibility. Oz and Selik, the only 2 players standing in the way of a SLAKE map victory. Both on Cat, which actually will be beneficial for them if they realize it's going towards B. That said, Grim is going to do a ton of damage to Selik and even connects with 1 bullet onto Oz. They do frag him, but now this 3v2 becomes very potent, and that Molotov almost burns Selik down to the grave. Limping along with 2 HP. They need to get a move on. They don't have a kit available. Bunny Hug with the util could get fragged here and does. OzJ moving up at the perfect moment. Selik trying to support. Now it is a 1v1 thanks to OzJ's efforts. Selik only 2 HP though. Has to be perfect and can't hit the shot. Nyx the clutch again. 13-7, the final score in favor of SLAKE. It was honestly a lot closer than that scoreline indicated. I felt like Team Phoenix were in it round after round. It's just that SLAKE kept on coming through with those clutch moments. Nyx in particular looking absolutely phenomenal there.